Hey guys, I'm back. Are you excited to see me? Hi, how you doing? I had a question for y'all today. What's your favorite book?
This Caraval.
Oh, I really like that one. Yeah,
A girl named Ivy.
never heard of it, but I'll check it out.
The Rose Birkin is
That one's on my physical TBR. I got a special edition. It's so cute.
Red Rising is mine.
I've heard everybody talk about that. You want to hear mine? Mine's is Powerless
By Elsie Silver?
No, not by Elsie Silver. By Lauren Roberts. Oh, so now it's crickets, huh? Okay. Guys, come on. This book, it cannot have plagiarized another one. Oh, so now we're just talking over each other. Great! Awesome. Out the door she goes. I'm sorry, but it cannot be this good of a book, you guys. Like, it cannot be as plagiarized as you guys are making it out to be. I don't even know what you're talking about. It is plagiarized, and it's heavily plagiarized. I mean, how dare you even doubt our opinions and what we're saying? Needless to say, I've heard from every person, well, not every person, but a lot of people that I've talked to who have told my favorite book is actually Powerless by Lauren Roberts have attacked me, saying, oh, you're reading plagiarized content, and you need to read Red Queen, because Red Queen is the original, and it's way better. Well, in this reading vlog, I read Red Queen, and I'm going to be sharing with you all of my opinions. Now, if I'm saying in this reading vlog, and I, kind of hint at what I have thought about this book, it's because I actually already filmed this intro, but it got deleted. I don't know how. Must have accidentally deleted it when I was clearing my storage for this video, but I had to refilm it. And I'm glad I did, because the other one was not as great as this one. And I think this one's going to be 10 times better. But today, we're going to be reading Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, which people say is like the original, Powerless. But I read this book, and I had some opinions about it. Some really heavy opinions about it. And if you want to, I don't know, check out my Goodreads review or my Fable review or my Storygraph review while I read this, or I've already read it, but while I read this for you guys can, so you guys can see my heavily worded email to this author. I didn't actually email her. I would never. It's my heavily worded email into the world. So, if you guys are interested in my journey with this, which I've actually heard people say that Hunger Games is way more closer to both of these books, and that this one actually took a lot of ideas from Hunger Games. Wow, you guys really, really love hypocrisy. But since everybody got on me to read this book, I finally did, and I had some opinions that you guys are going to be seeing in this video today. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and I'm going to let you guys watch the vlog. Okay, so it is a few days later after I filmed the intro, and I basically have not been home, so I wasn't able to film anything, and please ignore my voice. I have a stuffy nose. It's literally allergy season. I can't breathe. But it has been a few days since the intro was filmed, but I have been reading Red Queen, and what is this one on? I'm on chapter 17, and I will be really honest with you guys. I'm not loving it. I feel like I know, I don't know if I said it in this video or another video, but it's really heavy on the fantasy, and I don't like fantasy. And I was really hoping that I would love this because people say that it's copied off, Powerless copied Red Queen and, all this other stuff, but I'm really just, not feeling it. And you guys know, Powerless is my favorite book series. So I was just maybe the vibes and the storyline could really distract me from the fantasy ness from this book, and maybe I'd love it. But I feel like I'm zoning out a lot. So this month is exam month for me, and so I've been studying, and what I've been doing is I have been listening to audiobooks all month. I have been reading, obviously, but I've been listening to audiobooks at the same time because it's faster and I comprehend it more. I've been listening to the Unravel Me audiobook, and before you're oh, you're listening to audiobooks, so they're probably zoning out and everything like that. I've been listening to the Unravel Me audiobook, and I've been tuned in. I listened to Akatar, the audiobook, and I was tuned in. I listened to the finale audiobook, and I was tuned in, but barely. I've listened to 5 audio novella this month, and I was tuned in, even though I hated most of them. And I just finished Akatar a few days ago, and I started Red Queen the same day, and I was like, okay, maybe. So I got chapter like 2, I believe, and I was like, okay, maybe since I just finished Akatar, like I need to take a break from reading. Like I just finished this big story, and I need to take a break from reading. So I picked up the Red Queen the next day, and I literally kept zoning out. Like I literally was just like, okay, like I have no clue what's going on, and I don't want to go back because I feel like if I go back, then it's gonna like be like, oh yeah, I remember all this happening. It's just like maybe I can like start it, maybe I can like continue with 17, but I'm like genuinely not enjoying it. Like I don't know a thing. I don't know what's going on. I know like so I'm gonna tell you guys what has happened so far. Like from what I know, from what I remember, from like the very small amount that I remember is that she had some lightning power thing come out her hands and she attacked this girl and like they bring her in to the castle because she's like red, right? That's what they're called, reds? Yes, red. So she's a red and then they're silver and she like had like the silver power thing, so now she's trapped in the castle. And then apparently, I don't know if this is if I'm remembering this correctly or not, but apparently somebody gave her like lightning powers and they wanted her in the castle and whatnot. And there's like all these other characters. I just don't know who anyone is. I don't know what the plot is. Like, I just want to like say something real quick. Y'all are talking about some guys like this is like so similar to Powerless, but last time I checked, and you guys were like, oh yeah, Powerless copied Red Queen word for word. But this entire thing, I'm not seeing a single thing that relates to Powerless at all, besides like the fact that she's like a quote unquote ordinary. I literally don't know at all. Like, and also, if I recall correctly, since you guys were saying like everything from Powerless is copied, if I recall correctly, Peyton didn't have lightning coming out her hands. She just saved Kai. Okay, that's why she got chosen for the trials. But this is not a comparison video. This is the Red Queen versus Powerless. And I know people might be like, well, you're thinking like you're going into this having the expectations that it's going to be like Powerless. No, I'm going into this having the expectations that I'm going to love this book. Okay, I'm going into this having the expectations that this is going to be a new story that I'm going to love. Not even thinking about the Powerless aspects. I'm just saying like, since I'm here talking to you guys, I just want to say like I have not seen any similarities from Red Queen that were in Powerless. And Powerless, goodness, is such a good book. But Red Queen, I feel like what the problem is for me, because other people love this book. Like for some people, this book is a Roman Empire, but for me, the problem with this book is it's so heavy on fantasy, and like there's even some chapters where I feel like there's like literally nothing going on. It's just dialogue, dialogue, dialogue. Like when I say dialogue, 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 I mean like there's just dialogue and description. Like there's nothing going on. We're roaming around the castle. There's not much, and I just feel like there could be more. You know, like when I go into the book, I want more than what I'm getting. I feel like I always want more than what I'm getting, but at the same time, I also want something that can entertain me, and this is not entertaining me. So I'm gonna continue this book. I'm like halfway in, I believe. I'm gonna continue this book. I'm gonna try and make it to the end because I hope I like this book because I have all the other books in the series because I bought the set, right? So I'm just gonna hope that I end up enjoying this nonetheless. Red Queen right now is not exactly a win for me, but I'm gonna hope. And like, before you guys comment on my appearance, I'm literally in bed right now. You guys know, if you guys have watched from my previous videos, my bookshelf is connected to my bed. I have a whole bunch of bookshelves, and this is like the one that's above my bed. So yeah, I'm literally laying in bed. I literally just got up, and then my hair, it's in a style, promise, it's like bangs and there's like a ponytail, but my hat is covering the ponytail. So yeah, so I'm gonna get my headphones and I'm gonna get my headphones and I'm going to continue the audiobook, and I'm just gonna hope that I like it. I don't know. Also, just something else that I want to mention. It has nothing to do with this book and just all books in general. Why do all books at the top or like the bottom, they always say the number one New York Times bestselling novel? How is it the number one if Fourth Wing's also the number one? Get back into reading, and I'm gonna hope that I like this, but right now I'm just not feeling it. But we will see. we're talking about, she said, chapter 18. I guess I baked my cake and I ate it too. I really did. Low-key, I set myself up because, like, I'm talking before I even finished the book. I'm on chapter 18 now. I've been bedazzling Lightlark. I came back to my bed so I could film this, like, update. And I was just like, goodness gracious. Wait, Maven. So, apparently, ooh. So, the information that I've gathered while reading is that she is engaged to Maven, which is Cal's brother. Yeah, Cal's brother, Maven. My camera does not want to stay up, but Maven is basically like who she's engaged to. And like, there's like this scene, and I'm not picking a hardcover off of this, bro. You're not catching me slip like that. So, there's a scene in Powerless. I don't know if I can find it because this book is huge. Not huge, but I'm not gonna search the ends of the earth. I don't know where it is, but there's a scene where Kai teaches Peyton how to dance before the ball or something like that. And he's just like, oh yeah, well, I don't want you stepping on my brother's feet, right? I don't know where it is in this book, but I'm gonna read you a scene from Red Queen, okay? Because, like, before this, I had seen, like, no similarities. I was like, well, you know, Kyle and Maven know about her being, like, a red, and the queen knows, and like she's using it against her intentionally, which, speaking of which, I love how like Maven, like I love how I have no clue what this girl's name is. I'm not gonna hold you guys, but basically what was it? Oh yeah, she has some attitude on her. She has some toot on her, because girl, the queen was like, oh, like, the red blood is so hard to clean up, and then she was like, you would know, wouldn't you? You would know, wouldn't you? I don't know what her beef is with this queen, besides the fact that she's just like extremely rude. Because what is this guy's name? I just lost the page I was on. Killorn. I feel like if like this plays out like Powerless, then we're gonna like lose Killorn. Like he's like, I'm not ready for that. As well, this is not a Powerless reading vlog, so I can't say who I just said. I'm gonna like blur out everything I just said. But I'm gonna read you guys, and don't come for me, because you guys, if you guys have been on the channel for a minute, you guys would know I cannot read this out loud to save my life. Okay, this probably isn't the best idea, Cal. He cocks his head, pleasantly confused. Why is that? He's really gonna make me say it. My name is supposed to be alone with Maven. I stumble over the words, feeling myself flesh. I don't know if dancing with you in a dark room is exactly okay. Instead of arguing, Cal just laughs and shrugs. Another song, slower with a haunting tune, fills the room. The way I see it, I'm doing my brother a favor. Then he grins crookedly. Unless you want to step on his feet all night? I have excellent footing, thank you very much, I say, crossing my arms. Slowly, softly, he takes my hand. Maybe in the ring, he says. The dance floor, not so much. I don't know if that was word for word from Powerless, but I see the similarities now. Like, I can't be like, you guys, it cannot be this serious. Back to what I was saying. I don't know if it was like word for word of what I read in Powerless, but I do remember that happening. I don't know what page it's on. I don't know where it's at. Powerless, I'm starting to see the similarities, Lauren. I'm starting to see the similarities. Do I think that this will be better than Powerless, though? No. Not exactly. And there's a reason why. Before you come at me like, oh my goodness, you don't like the original ones. Guys, the reason why I say this is because, once again, it's really heavy on the fantasy, and the subplot of romance is not that heavy, and it's there, I'm seeing it, but the subplot of romance is not that heavy, and I love romance. I'm not big on fantasy, so while the story is intriguing and I'm starting to get back into it, I'm not zoning out, and I'm actually listening, I'm seeing the comparisons and everything like that. I am still, as of where I'm at right now, which is around like 60% in, I'm still enjoying Powerless much more. Now there are like what, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 more books in the series, and then there's also one large book full of novellas from this series. So I cannot determine if the entire series is better than my baby series right here. My babies. I literally have a candle dedicated to it. It's literally sticky buns, and I also have the pain soap and I have an entire thing dedicated to Powerless. Honestly, I should just get a shelf dedicated to Powerless because I literally could. Speaking of which, I have so many books that I don't have a shelf to put them on anymore. So I gotta figure something out because I have a lot of books, and I got a new book while I was gone. It arrived and I put it on my shelf, and now I only have this shelf, and I have one large shelf, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 5. What are these? 5 levels. And that's filled up. This is filled up. And I have another book. I have Liar's Beach. I don't have anywhere to put that. And not to mention that Light Lark, when I'm finished with that, it's gonna go like the Light Lark Bedazzled, because I already have the original Light Lark. I always get 2 of. I'm looking at Stephanie Garber, not even Alex Astor. I have Light Lark right here. You guys can't see it, but when I finish that, I'm gonna have to move one of my books so that way it can fit, which means I'm gonna have to move another book that's on that shelf over there, and I don't have anywhere to put that, so I need to figure something out because I just got another book delivered. And I have another book coming in soon because I won an Owl Crate giveaway, and then I also have my Owl Crate subscription coming in, and then I also ordered the special edition of the Rose Bargain, which is coming in. I already own the Rose Bargain. I have a lot of books coming in. A lot of them are special editions, but they're still books, and they have to go somewhere because I have an entire shelf dedicated to special editions, which I'm gonna do like a bookshelf tour video soon. I have 2 shelves dedicated to special editions, and they're both full. So what I had to do with one of my special editions, I don't know where it is. It's, oh yeah, my Al Hazel, they're sitting here right in front of me. The Al Hazel special editions, I had to move them with the normal books. That's how it's getting, and I think I'm gonna have to do that soon because I have a lot of special editions coming in, and like, if I'm gonna show you guys real quick, I have like 4 Lauren Roberts special editions, and one of them is signed, so like, look at that. I have Powerless, the deluxe edition, Powerless, Reckless, and Powerful from Owl Crate, and I'm also getting Fearless from Owl Crate. So I need to figure something out. I'm gonna do a bookshelf tour video soon where I count all my books up. These have to be at least 100 books. It has to be. If it's not, I'm gonna be shocked because it looks like 100 books. But anyways, back to reading Red Queen. Like I said, I'm starting to get into it, starting to enjoy it a little bit, but I feel like it could be. Where are the hiccups spawning from? I feel like it could be better. So back into the story we go. Red Queen. This is where I'm at right now, and I'm gonna continue bedazzling Light Lark. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see now. It is the next day. I got all the way up to chapter 25, and then I stopped reading because I didn't feel like it. Anyways, I'm on chapter 28. There's 2 more chapters left, 29 and the epilogue, right? The queen is smart. Killorn is dead. The king is dead. Maven is a freaking liar. The queen is extremely smart. We have to get rid of her because low-key, I just couldn't help but be impressed by that little performance she did. I was just like, wait, why did she low-key, like, eat that up? Do I think this book is a 5-star read? No. Do I think that it compares to Powerless at all? No, but the reason why is because there's literally no similarities. Okay, listen. Powerless is about a girl who saves the prince so she gets elected into trials. Right? She gets elected into trials. Red Queen is about a girl who gets selected, I guess. Like I said, I zoned out for like half of it, to be betrothed to Maven. And she's not, and like it's like people are like, it's copied word for word, it's the exact same book. What, are we reading the same book? Because with Powerless, once again, it was trials, but with this, it was Maven and Mare, however you pronounce her name, teaming up so that we could help the Reds. So are these the same book? No. If you're going into Red Queen and you want something similar to Red Queen, but then I would say, yeah, read Powerless. But if you're going into Powerless thinking that it's going to be the exact same plot as Red Queen, they're two different plots. I think like only two scenes were like what I saw, like the first chapter, and then I forgot what chapter it was, but it was the dance where they were dancing. Like literally, that's the only two chapters where I feel like they had the most similarities. After that, literally nothing was the same. Like besides like the love triangle, but with the love triangle, it was kind of like Peyton was tricking Kit. Oh wait, well I guess it's not really a spoiler because you find that out already in the beginning of the book. Peyton was tricking Kit, and then Maven was tricking Mars. So I guess like you can see the similarities, but it's like it's not the same because it's in this case it's the prince trying to trick the ordinary, but in the other one it's the ordinary trying to trick the prince. And then like also one more thing with Powerless. Hold on, where my baby at? With Powerless, I loved both Kit and Kai, right? I loved both Kit and Kai, but with Red Queen, I can't stand either of these men. Like, oh wait, I just closed the book on accident. It's kind of like with Maven. I feel like even before we knew that, he's like extremely controlling. Like before we even found out, I was like, I don't like Maven at all, right? Because Maven is extremely controlling, and he's like when people ask if they're ready, he answers for them. He answers for Mar. He's like, yeah, we're ready. And Mar's like not even mentally prepared. Like she's just like, wait, what? What? Who is we? Like maybe you might be ready. I'm not ready. So I feel like before we even like knew all this, I was kind of like, I don't really like Maven because it's extremely controlling. And then with Cal, he's like so annoying. It's like it's 1 second they're in love, the next second he wants to kill her. Like, and you might be like, oh, that's Peyton Powerless. No, Peyton did it as like a playful threat, right? Like it was banter. With this, it's kind of quite literally like, oh, like sorry, my values are like way more important than like any relationship we could have. Like I feel like that kind of like got on my nerves, like especially like in the end where it was like, oh, like choose us and all this other stuff, and Cal was like, it was you this entire time. Well, I'm sorry, I want my population to live. Like, I'm sorry, I want my population to live. And then like when they and then like the tunnel area, I forgot what it's called, the tunnels or whatever. He's like, I almost chose you. Boy, get out of here with that. Look at what you caused. Because I want you guys to know that his father died because he didn't choose her. Like he literally didn't choose her. So he ran to the queen and king and yappity yapped his mouth off. And now boom, your dad's dead. You brought it upon yourself, buddy. It's like, I almost chose you. You're only saying that because your dad's dead now. And I feel like that's like the smart thing because it was like Maven and the queen, they knew he was not going to pick her. They knew she was going to come and run. He knew that he was going to run to them. And bro, they're just so smart. I don't. Like, low key, the queen is the smarty man ever. But do I see similarities in Powerless? Like 2 or 3 similarities. But out of this entire book, how many pages is Powerless? Let's start there. There's 502 pages in Powerless. And out of 502 pages, I think only 3 pages match Red Queen. Like the way y'all was making this big deal, like, oh my goodness, Powerless is like the exact same thing as Red Queen, and like Red Queen is like literally like the first that came out, and like Powerless literally carbon copied Red Queen. Are we reading the same book? Because Red Queen, I saw like 3 similarities, and like I was like, oh well, people say it's the exact same thing, so maybe I'm gonna like love Red Queen because I liked how Powerless played out. I literally don't like Red Queen as much as I like Powerless, mainly because of how it played out. Like, low-key, like, it was the love interests. I feel like maybe it was intentional for Victoria, but if it wasn't, Victoria, please, hopefully, like, the what's it called? The attraction to the characters increases in the next few books. Because whatever this was, I hated both of the love interests. And one of them, it wasn't even a real love interest. So I hated the actual real love interest. So please make it make sense. Please. Because I was sitting here this entire time like, am I supposed to like one of these guys? Because I hate them both. They're both horrible. You know? So it's like between this, like, low-key, and I get it. Like, I didn't watch the video that Victoria made where she was describing it. People were like, they thought it was Powerless. And like, I believe, like, I think I saw it once. I don't remember exactly what she said, right? But Victoria, you girl, if people heard Powerless, like if she mentioned trials or anything, then she was describing Powerless, yeah. Because if she was not like, oh yeah, like, and like the girl gets picked up off the streets to go to the castle to like be betrothed to like the little brother Maven, like the little brother, and she's trying to free like her blood type or whatever this is, then it's Red Queen. But if she described it like, oh yeah, a girl gets picked up off the street because she saved a prince, and so she gets into a palace to enter these trials, and yeah, it's a like, then she was describing Powerless. Because these books are two completely different things, like two completely different storylines. Must I trials? Saving her bloodline. Trials, saving her bloodline. Interesting love interests. I hate them both. You know, like, they're two completely different things. So I feel like if you're going to be like, oh, they're like this like, Powerless, Lauren Roberts copied Victoria. Please. Please. And you might be like, oh, you're biased because you like Powerless. No. No, I literally, you can. I hated Reckless. Like, I just want you guys to keep in mind that when I first read Reckless, I had just gotten into reading, but looking back, I don't like it anymore. So I'm not biased. I didn't like Reckless until I read Fearless, because Fearless, like, it made sense on why we had Reckless. I'm not biased. Okay, like, I might not take criticism on it, but like, if it comes to the point where it's like, oh, this is plagiarism, and you guys are accusing her of a crime. Isn't it like a crime? Like, plagiarism is a crime. You guys are accusing her of a crime. Like, I'm not going to be biased over an like accusation that could get her sued. I don't see. Hold on, my friend Maria read Red Queen a few months, like last month, and she said she wanted me to read it because she thought I would like it because it had the same vibes as Yes, this is what she just said. She said, honestly, I thought Powerless copied Hunger Games more than Red Queen. Though the plot and even some of the terminology in the same Red Queen and the Powerless books, I didn't like Red Queen much. It was mediocre in my opinion. I'm not sure why Roberts allegedly chose that book to copy. Okay, so here is her review, because I feel like, you know, this book was why am I getting advertisements on Goodreads? This book was an interesting read. In some ways, it wasn't exactly what I expected, though I knew from people that it had a lot of similarities to Powerless. It is, however, far better and more original than Powerless can ever hope to be. She hates Powerless, if you guys couldn't tell. I enjoyed the Hunger Games vibes, and they were super emotional scenes that helped my interest, especially towards the end of the book. A lot of people talk about chapter 26, and wow, yeah. While I wasn't surprised by it, I did find that chapter 25 to be interesting and action-packed. Sometimes the plot seemed a little weak, like things happened so conveniently to serve the plot. It didn't always feel super thought out. So I'm gonna tell her, I'm gonna like ping her, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna hit Maria, at Maria. I'm gonna like wait for her to respond. So while she responds, that's my final verdict. I have 2 chapters left. So unless Victoria pulls something out like, yeah, you're intern in trials in like the last 2 chapters, then you guys are over exaggerating. You guys are really over exaggerating. Cause promise, it's like it was never that serious. To accuse Lauren Roberts of plagiarizing Red Queen is actually crazy. Now, if you guys don't know, I will be starting the Hunger Games soon, and I will be doing reading blogs on those because I'm trying to read like books that people say that Powerless copied. And I do know I've never watched the Hunger Games movies or shows, whatever it is. I've never read the books, but I do know it's like this girl gets entered in trials, right? But what I do know is I volunteer as tribute, which means she volunteered and Peyton was dragged in. That's literally all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Why is Twyla? Oh, okay. But yeah, that's all for right now. I'm about to say all for today's video. It's not all for today's video. I literally have 2 more chapters left I have to finish. But, yeah. So, let's see. I have finished this book. And once again, did I find any similarities to Powerless? No, I did not. See, this book I felt like was a waste of my time. Now, listen, it's a 3 stars. It's a 3 stars at best. Listen, 3 stars at best. But the reason why I say it's a waste of my time is because I went to this thinking I'd find what people were talking about when they said it was a Powerless, like when they said Red Queen was, when they said Powerless was a Red Queen carbon copy. No. Do I see the similarities? Maybe in scenes, but the book, the plot, Lauren plagiarized this and Lauren plagiarized that. Guys, I don't think this book was worth plagiarizing. Listen, once again, don't get me wrong, this book was good to an extent. I did not like the male love interest, neither of them. I did not like the triangle. I did not like, how there was like, sometimes there was like plot holes. Like sometimes I'd be like, bro, what the heck? I will say that epilogue, they kind of catch me by surprise. And Killorn is not dead, period. And, what else? What else? I'm trying to like figure out, because I have something that I want to say and I literally forgot what I was going to say. I don't like how like it feels like sometimes things played out a little too perfectly. Like it's kind of like what my friend Maria said. Things played out a little too perfectly. Like it feels like there was like some writer's block areas, which I feel like I might have that in my book. I don't know. I have to see if people see if those. Not my intention, but I feel like with this book, I was able to see like sometimes things were like a little too conveniently placed. I don't know. But yeah. So this book was a 3-star story. Do I think that Lauren Roberts copied Red Queen? No. Do I think there was some inspiration within like the first chapter? Sure, the first chapter. The first chapter and like one other chapter, sure. Like, and these were like miniature scenes, like literally just like Peyton stealing the sticky buns and like the dancing scene. Like literally, guys, those are the only 2 similarities I saw. And I feel like you guys were dragging it, you guys were stretching it when you guys were like, don't read Powerless. It's literally a carbon copy of freaking Red Queen. No, I don't think it's a carbon copy of Red Queen. And maybe Hunger Games. I have to read to find out. My friend Maria said it's more like a copy of Hunger Games and Red Queen, because Red Queen, she said, has barely a lot of similarities, which I agree. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching my reading vlog of me reading A Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And I'll see you guys next time. I do have some more reading vlogs I want to do for you guys this month, and I have the entire Red Queen series, so let's just hope it gets better from here. Anyways, love you all so much. Many out kisses. Mwah. Many out and goodbye. It's Ghetto Productions. I've been telling y'all this for a minute. It's Ghetto Productions up in here. Guys, I'm doing scene by scene by scene for this freaking intro. For an intro for a reading vlog. Ghetto Productions, that's what we are, guys. You can come on. Ghetto Productions for a reading vlog. Come on. Give me my money. Where's my moolah? Come on.